Trafficked women. These are women that have been rolled by ex-husbands, affairs during marriage, affairs before and after marriage, long series of online meaningless one-night stands and extended one-night stand dates. They've been lied to, they've been cheated on, they have cheated on their boyfriends, they've dated multiple guys at the same time. These are women that are, for lack of a better term, damaged. I deliberately wanted to record this video with a picture of traffic in front of me so that you could relate to what I'm talking about. The sad news is, these days, if you're a single man and you're resorting to dating sites to find a woman, or if you even meet a woman out in the cafe or at your office, which is not even advised these days, so you could be sued for Me Too and go to jail and lose your job. Even if you are meeting them offline, in those situations, and they have an online profile, you're still getting the same garbage packaged differently, I'm afraid to say. The sad news is, for a single man, the choice of women is extremely poor. If you find someone that is of high quality, with very, very low history, i.e. mileage, with a level of decency, class, and grace that you would have found in our mother's time, good luck. You would be in the 0.001%. You would be in the realm of winning the lottery. These women have been through hell. I mean, they have consider the age when these women honestly start playing around. It starts at 14, in high school, in grade school, junior high, whatever, and continues on to high school. By the time these women are 20, I met one woman in a supermarket, and she was confiding in me. She was 21 years old, 21. She was already divorced and on her second marriage with her second child. The first one was out of marriage. She got pregnant and she has a child. So she's now on her second marriage and was already having a second child. And I was thinking, 21, where I grew up, women were in their, late 20s. They hadn't even gotten married yet, So by the time you meet these women, if they're anywhere past their mid-20s or early 30s, they've already been married, divorced, through courts. They got children, they got financial problem, they got alcohol and drug problem, they've had affair problem, they've had fights, they've had court battles, they've had lawyers, they have girlfriends that are in their equal position. They are damaged and laden with baggage, emotionally and physically. And you're getting something that, I'm sorry to use a crude example of a car, but you're getting a car that's been through 3 or 4 owners, several auctions, multiple dealers, has been trucked across the country, from dealer to dealer, from auction to auction, has been returned by someone who bought it who wasn't happy. They're already damaged. By the time you meet them, they're so jaded. They're so jaded. If you don't believe me, just look at how they talk on TikTok, on YouTube, on these dating sites. Some of them are on these dating sites, and within their profile, they're complaining about their previous date, saying, so you didn't get my text in 48 hours? What were you, in some African village where there was no Wi-Fi? And she's putting that in her profile. That means she's not even realizing how angry and frustrated she is. Why would any man in his right mind would want to subject himself to that? What men want, let me know if I'm not speaking for all of us. What we want is drama-free women that have not been out with the 95 guys, that have not been rolled over, that don't have children from other marriages, several marriages from multiple different fathers. They haven't been to court. They are not jaded. They're not angry. They don't have alcohol problem. They don't have ex problems that shows up. They don't have fights with ex over who's gonna have the child more. They don't have kid problems. You know, we don't want that kind of a drama. It is not worth it. It's just, if it's for sex, it's not worth it. And if it's for companionship, what quality of a companionship are you going to have with a woman like that? Honestly, what? She's going to come home, you're going to come home with her and she's fighting with her kids and fighting with the ex, and she's got the battle scars and she's got the baggage that she's handling from all of the fights she had to do and all the negative experiences that's bottled up inside her that can come out with one trigger. Who wants to deal with that? And you would know the difference. You would know the difference if you're in some other countries. I'm not saying other places are heaven and here is hell. But if you go to, I've experienced, you go to South America and certain places, even Eastern Europe and Asia, and you meet someone that's much younger, they haven't even had the chance to go through all that history, all that dirty history, and they're not into getting married and popping out kids at 19. These things just not in the culture, in the Eastern Europe and everything. In South America, yes, they get married quickly and they have babies. Some countries are different than others. The more to the northern edge of South America you are, they're a little more, less sort of cultured. If you go further south in South America, they're more European influenced, and they're a little better about that. But the difference is going to be magnificent in a good way, because they are more feminine. They're focused on femininity, and not so much on money and what they can get out of you. And, if you're going to be all the things they want and none of the things they don't want, their focus is how they can please you. How they can please you so you can just take care of them at a very basic level. That's all they're after. And, we have to make a choice, right? We have to make a choice or be celibate. But if you have to make a choice, I pick that one over this. Over this women with baggage from here to Timbuktu. Who wants to deal with that? It is just simply not worth it, gentlemen. It is just simply not worth it. And this video is meant for men. No disrespect to women, but reality is reality. If you're different from what I've described, if you haven't had a history, if you haven't been out with 30 guys by the time you're 25, if you're not married with multiple kids, if you haven't had fights with your ex, lawyers, court filings, custody fights, if you haven't had all of that, if you don't drink alcohol every day to take the edge off because you enjoy wine, if you don't have any of those, then I'll take it back. Please introduce yourself to me. Let me know who you are, because I know you don't exist. Sorry to break the bad news for you, and sorry if this video sounded a little negative, but watch out for trafficked women. And that's a term that I came up with myself. No one can say they said it first. I came up with that. Trafficked women is what you want to avoid. All the best to the next video.